Early beginnings, blind, helpless, and small, you are born into the cold, unforgiving heights of the Himalayas. For the first few days of your life, you are nothing more than a tiny, helpless cub, a fragile creature born blind, deaf, and completely dependent on your mother. Nestled in a warm, fur-lined den, you remain oblivious to the rugged world just outside the narrow entrance. Your body is barely larger than your mother's paw, and your fluffy coat, while soft and inviting, is your only shield against the harsh environment that will soon become your battleground. Your mother, a seasoned snow leopard, has chosen this den carefully. It is perched high on the cliffs, inaccessible to most predators. This is where she will raise you and protect you from dangers lurking in the mountains. While you are too small to understand it now, this is a place of safety and learning, a cradle of survival where your life as a snow leopard truly begins. At this stage, you are completely reliant on your mother. She leaves the den frequently, venturing into the wilderness to hunt and provide for you. Her absence is a test of your resilience, even as a newborn. Despite your vulnerability, you are surrounded by the promise of growth and transformation. Each day brings you closer to the moment when you will open your eyes to the world and take your first shaky steps toward independence. The first glimpse of the world at 5 weeks old, the monotony of staring at the den ceiling finally drives you to action. Your eyes, now open for the first time, reveal a dim, shadowy world. The rocky walls of the den, the shifting light, and the warmth of your mother become your first visual anchors. The urge to explore is instinctive, but your body is still weak. Your legs unsteady. Each attempt to move is met with the cold, unyielding ground beneath you. For now, your world is limited to the safety of the den. Your mother continues her routine, leaving you alone for hours at a time. Her absence forces you to develop a sense of patience and adaptability. She returns at dusk, bringing warmth and nourishment. Her presence is a comfort, her thick fur a shield against the cold. This routine becomes your first understanding of time. The cycle of your mother's departures and returns, the rhythm of day and night. The danger beyond the den. One day, as you rest in the den, a sound breaks the silence. It is faint but unfamiliar, a low rumble that sets your heart racing. Instinctively, you flatten yourself against the ground, your fluffy coat blending seamlessly with the rocky surroundings. Danger is a constant presence in these mountains, and your mother has taught you well. Whether it's a rival male snow leopard or a prowling brown bear, the threat is real. Even at this young age, you understand the importance of staying hidden. The rumble fades, and the danger passes. Your mother returns later, her keen eye scanning the den for signs of intrusion. She nudges you gently, reassuring you with her presence. In these moments, you begin to learn the lessons that will define your life. The importance of stealth, the need for vigilance, and the value of survival. Learning to navigate the world. By the time you are 3 months old, the den feels smaller, confining. Your body has grown stronger, your legs more capable of supporting your weight. The time has come to take your first steps outside. The world beyond the den is vast and intimidating. The cold air bites at your nose, and the rocky terrain challenges your balance. But it is also exhilarating. For the first time, you see the towering cliffs, the distant peaks, and the endless expanse of the mountains. Your mother is your guide, teaching you the basics of survival. She demonstrates how to navigate the rocky slopes. The vast expanse of Antarctica stretched endlessly, a frozen wilderness of ice and snow that sparkled under the weak winter sun. The air was crisp, biting at any exposed skin with its relentless chill. Penguins waddled across the ice in small groups, their black and white forms stark against the endless whiteness. Among them was a particularly playful chick named Pippa, who was known throughout the colony for her adventurous spirit and curious nature. Pippa's mother, Miri, was never far behind, her sharp eyes watching over her chick with unwavering vigilance. The two had formed a close bond, and though Miri often worried about Pippa's fearless antics, she admired her chick's energy and zest for life. Together, they braved the harsh Antarctic days, finding joy even in the most challenging conditions. It was a rare calm morning, the wind subdued and the ice shimmering under the soft light. Pippa hopped around a patch of ice near the edge of the colony, chasing snowflakes that drifted lazily from the sky. Miri called out to her, a warning in her voice. "Pippa, not too far." Miri's tone was firm, but Pippa, caught up in her game, chirped back, "Just a little longer, Mama." The other penguins went about their routines, paying little attention to the pair. The ice beneath Pippa's feet looked sturdy enough, but a subtle cracking sound echoed faintly in the stillness, a sound that would soon become unforgettable. Suddenly, Pippa leaped toward a sparkling patch of snow, and the ground gave way beneath her tiny feet. With a startled cry, she plunged into the icy water below. Miri's heart stopped as she heard the splash. Without hesitation, she rushed to the edge of the broken ice. The freezing water below was a dark, foreboding abyss, and Pippa's small form flailed as she struggled to stay afloat. "Hold on, Pippa. I'm here," Miri called, her voice trembling with fear. She reached down with her flippers, desperately trying to grab hold of her chick. The icy water bit at her skin, and frost began to form on her feathers as the temperature dropped even further. Each attempt to reach Pippa seemed more hopeless than the last, but Miri refused to give up. Minutes felt like hours. Other penguins began to gather around, their concerned calls filling the air. But none dared to venture closer, the ice was too fragile, and the water too treacherous. Just as Miri's strength began to wane, a distant hum broke through the chaos. It grew louder and louder, until a group of snowmobiles came into view, their blue uniforms stark against the snow. The rescue team had arrived. The leader of the team, a man named Lucas, jumped off his snowmobile and assessed the situation with practiced precision. "Thermal blankets, pulley system, now," he barked, and his team sprang into action. They worked quickly, securing a harness to lower one of their team members toward the broken ice. Another member prepared thermal blankets and warming packs, while Lucas spoke soothingly to Miri, who was still frantically reaching for her chick. "Don't worry, we'll get her," Lucas assured her, his voice calm and steady. The harnessed rescuer was lowered slowly toward the icy water. Pippa's movements had grown weaker, her tiny body succumbing to the cold. The rescuer reached into the water and carefully lifted her out, wrapping her in a thermal blanket as soon as she was safe. Miri watched, her heart pounding with both fear and relief. But the team wasn't done yet. Lucas noticed Miri's frostbitten flippers and immediately instructed his team to treat her injuries. Warm wraps were carefully placed on Miri's frostbitten feet, and she was given a moment to rest while Pippa was placed in a portable warming chamber.